Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, and of course, John Campea calls me your existential Mr. Rogers, Robert Meyer, Burnett, and I'm here with issue 16 of the weekly hero. And you know who else I'm here with? The person you came to see. That's right, the enchantress of effervescence, bringing in 2023, looking cute as all heck.
Oh, thank you.
Kris Carr.
I got a new planner. I'm really excited about it. Look how big it is.
Wow, are you going to fill that with plans?
Yes.
Nefarious plans?
Always.
Supervillain-esque plans?
What other ones would I do?
Well, that's good because I'm expecting to see world domination.
That's the 2023 year goal. I'm going to manifest it.
Don't say that. Make it happen.
That's what it is.
Don't manifest it.
That's how you
do or
make
do
it.
not. There is no try.
But that's what I'm doing.
All right, as long as you're doing it.
Okay.
This, can you believe it? Issue 16.
I know. And in a new
16th
year,
week. It's
we
great.
made it into a new year doing this show.
I made it through the wilderness.
You made it through who?
The wilderness.
Didn't know how lost I was until I found you.
It's true, and that's why we're doing this show together for 16 weeks.
Yes.
You know what's really exciting?
What?
It's really exciting, Kris, when a character that a superhero or supervillain does not actually originate in the pages of a comic, but actually originates, say, in animation, like someone like Harley Quinn. And then Harley Quinn somehow miraculously finds herself in the pages of a comic book. Well, that's happened again, but this time it's live action.
Yes, it is.
We have our first, I guess, would this be a first live action MCU character that is going from the big and the small screen to the pages of a comic?
I think so. Yeah, we've got Darcy showing up now.
Wow, Darcy where is she showing up?
She is showing up in the new iteration of the Scarlet Witch, which is very exciting. Not only does Wanda have a glorious new costume, instead of having a cape, it's her hair that kind of dissolves into stars.
Yeah, well, I kind of love that.
It's incredible. But we've got Darcy showing up in here. So in this new version that's going to be debuting, we have Wanda, who owns a magic shop, which is what I love in Marvel Comics, that I think they do really well, of just, not only are they superheroes, they have day jobs. They have everyday things they need to get done, businesses to be run, that sort of thing.
Well, when you don't have Tony Stark paying your bills,
No,
you got to do something.
you got to pivot. You got to make that income.
And I would learn magic if Wanda had a magic shop that I could go buy stuff from.
Yeah, I think anyone would.
I'd be the annoying dude always hanging out, like mooning all over.
Hey.
I would do better than that.
Yeah? What would be your go-to line in the magic shop?
Wow, I'd have to think about that, but it would be something along the lines of, I'd like to pull a rabbit out of your hat.
Oh.
How about that?
Whoa, I don't even know what it means.
Me neither. But that's the first thing that popped into my mind.
Perfect.
You know, it's been a long time since I've been out in the bar scene, coming up with witty repartee at the drop of a hat.
Same.
So it's tough.
I don't think I ever thrived there.
No, I did.
I was very Liz Lemon about it, where I was just like, do you want to buy me mozzarella sticks? I don't know. Like, why are we here?
As long as there weren't sour cream on them.
Exactly. Ugh,
Oh, no.
disgusting. But yeah, we've got the Kat Dennings character coming in here. There she is in the corner over there hanging out with Wanda and Pietro. And kind of looks like Kat.
That's pretty good.
Very excited to see her rendering.
I like
here.
this art, by the way.
I think it's really, really cool.
Really
it looks
good.
really lovely. So I'm excited to see her. Do you think this means we will have more crossovers from these live action characters showing up in the comic books?
I think so, because in that crossover they did with the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Eternals, they leaned into the movie Eternals characters. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I understand there's got to be some synergy there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, I honestly don't care as long as we continue to get great comic stories. The synergy's fine, and I understand from a brand perspective why they do it. But what I want is great comic book storytelling. As always, great characters and a great story.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's going to be nice to have this kind of, voice of dissent a little bit in here, because Darcy is usually there to kind of point out how absurd everything is. She's us in the audience watching something. And so I think this will be a nice addition to, the absurdity of Wanda's life.
I do too. And I love this character. I hope they do more with her in the live action.
Same.
I mean, she works for Sword now. I making X-Files-esque.
Yes, the spinoff with Agent Woo. I want that.
I do too.
I think that'd be great.
You know what? Actually, I kind of want. I didn't know I wanted it, but I kind of want it now.
What?
The new Batgirl movie that we're not going to see because, as you pointed out to me, that Leslie Grace revealed her final Batgirl costume, and you were saying it was comic accurate, and I looked at it and I'm like, This is pretty dope.
It's really, really cool. It's that more modern version too, where we've got Barbara in, the boots and everything with her own utility belt and everything. I love how this looks. I did see somebody post how it looked like that that character Bible Man. And I did get a good laugh out of that. But I really, really think this was cool, and it just adds to the kind of heartbreak I've experienced going, I really wanted this movie, and I'm so curious as to what it was, because for me, everything I was hearing about it was firing on all cylinders. I know we've heard the rumor mill of it was a little too CW, or maybe it was just because they only wanted to do these big theatrical releases, or maybe it was just for tax purposes. The world may never know. But this looks cool.
Yeah, and remember, this is in a brightly lit room. It's not lit to be cinematic, and I'm sure that they did a lot of camera tests to settle on that actual color of purple.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more interesting than the kind of windbreaker style suit that we saw her standing in, and I think she looked great in it. And you can see I really like this detailing and all that.
Plus enjoying crafty.
Yeah, I know, right? There she
Leslie.
is enjoying crafty. I do like this, the kind of armored suit. I really would like to have seen this in action, and to be honest, I wouldn't have minded having a Hot Toy figure of this.
Right? Honestly, that was one of my first thoughts, was this is going to be such a cool figure.
Yeah. I don't know about the gauntlets, the kind of flesh-colored gauntlets, but, I am sorry we're not going to get to see this movie. I mean, how bad could it have been, really?
In a world where we have Morbius.
Catwoman.
And Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh, gosh, that Catwoman is abysmal. Oof.
It's not good. And Sharon Stone's in it. And to me, that's like that Sharon Stone could do no wrong.
Except that.
Even when she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would have liked to have seen that. So
same.
We're not going to see it. But let me ask you this. Are there other female characters that you would like to see frontline a movie, top line, be as in industry parlance?
Ooh.
If somebody said, okay, Kris, give me one or two female characters that you would love to see.
Oh, Zatanna.
Oh.
I love Zatanna. I think she'd be amazing. I would love to see Huntress front and center done well. I thought Mary Elizabeth Winstead did a great job with her. I'd like to explore that more. Are we talking specifically DC?
Well, no, just anybody.
Any? Ooh.
I mean,
I love Kitty Pryde and Rogue. Love Rogue.
We've seen those, but I'd like to see if they do. Well, when they do X-Men, Kitty Pryde should play a much, I think, bigger role.
Yeah.
Front and center.
And I don't know if we keep her a teenager, because we've seen that done so many times.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would love to see her working at the Baxter building and being very bothered by Johnny calling her Kitty and being like, no, that's the name I used when I was a kid. Shut the fuck up.
I love that idea.
I think it'd be fun.
I love that idea. There's also something there's a mystery that has come along, that people are talking about. There is one of the most important, perhaps the most important character to a large group of people, millennials, Zoomers, I think mostly millennials.
Probably.
That's missing. That's gone missing. And I mean, I know that they've got both the FBI and the CIA, both
Yoshi. Where the fuck is Green Yoshi? Okay. This is something that I think is really fun, actually, is that in all of the footage we've seen of the Super Mario Brothers movie that's been coming out, we have not seen any green Yoshis.
Why is that? I mean, come on, you can't have Mario without Yoshi.
No, but I'm wondering then if this is a big deal, if we're going to have this be a rare Yoshi who hatches and then Mario befriends or something. Because right now we've just seen all the little pink little dudes hanging out, all these other little guys. So I think this is so that we have a really, really big, distinct moment for our Yoshi. Because that's the species name. I think we all kind of forget all the time, is they'll be like, these Yoshis. That's why there's Yoshi Island and stuff. But ours, namesake Yoshi, where is he? And why isn't he featured in the trailers more? I think it's because he's going to be a big deal.
You can see Yoshi through the years right there. And
well done, Taylor.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where Yoshi is.
Yeah.
People are talking about it points to a clue as to maybe what the movie might be about, or at least some of the subject matter we're going to be dealing with. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And maybe that is like the F-14 in Top Gun Maverick. Oh, spoiler alert. We finally get to Yoshi. Maybe it's because they're in a war-torn enemy nation and they spy Yoshi in a hangar.
Maybe.
And,
I mean, this could even be a post-credit situation where he gets an egg.
You
And
think
then
that?
in the next movie, I hope not. I really hope that Yoshi is in this movie. But maybe it's already overstepped. We've got Donkey Kong. We've got all kinds of other characters in here. We have all the various Toad characters. Well, there's a lot happening. So maybe they're going to hold off on Yoshi.
I don't know, man. I think you got to put Yoshi in the movie. I mean, it looks like they're giving us Mario's greatest hits throughout the years. Mario throughout the years,
Yeah.
And first time we saw Mario was Donkey Kong. I can't speak to it. That's got to be, what, 81 or 82?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, that's 40 years of Mario, all being touched on in this film. You got to have Yoshi.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Over or under?
Oof.
Over 50%. Over or under 50%
I'm gonna
that
go
green Yoshi's in the movie.
I'll go over.
I think I have to go over too.
Yeah. I want to know what you guys think, though. Is there a reason why we haven't seen Yoshi? Is it going to be a big reveal? Or am I just making way too big a deal out of this going, where is my little dinosaur?
I don't think you're making too big of a deal. Dinosaurs are huge.
Yeah.
They're large, depending on. Yoshi's one of the smaller.
He
on the
is, yeah,
smaller
you
end of the
can ride
spectrum.
him.
Yoshis, I should say. Well, hopefully we'll have an answer.
I hope so.
You know what else we're going to have an answer to?
What?
Well, this month, apparently, there's going to be the great unveiling. The future is going to be set. And that is DC has confirmed when the rebooted superhero slate will be announced. The question is, they're going to have some big event like Kevin Feige would have, where they're going to have all us YouTube, well, maybe not us, but other YouTube pundits
I hope
go
us.
into a room like in a theater and they just give us, I mean, they can't show us footage because they haven't done anything yet, but
But you can do like that old, when we first saw the phases, revealed by Feige of just that weird little PowerPoint presentation that
Right.
we all lost our minds over of like,
Yeah.
what?
I
There's
mean,
going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
they should have Henry Cavill introduce the slate just to fuck with people.
Oh, I'd love that.
It'd be great. But no, I think this is really exciting. Like, I, for one, I'm a huge proponent of planning is always good. And if you're planning a larger story that is going to not just be film after film after film and will wing it, the fact that they're going to be developing a DC universe from scratch, planning for 10 years, I like that. I'm always banging on this show and others, my own shows, about authorship.
Yeah.
And how I want to see the fact that they're going to have a direction. And, I don't think it's going to be, everything's going to be James Gunn flavored. I think they're going to want to have different flavors of DC character, but they're all going to live in the same universe.
It's going to be like a Baskin Robbins.
That's right.
It's going to be great.
I think so too. I mean, I'm really excited. And we saw this, I think, on the Direct announce this.
Yes. Well, James Gunn had put on his Twitter account that the slate is supposed to be ready to go, saying, quote, Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. So we're hoping that is this month. That's what everyone's been speculating. By the end of this month, we should have that slate confirmed. In carpentry terms, measure twice, cut once, right? And so I think planning is very important because we've just been kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall for a long time with DC projects. And I'm really excited to have somebody really thoroughly mapping something out. And obviously there's room for change. There's room for pivots. You always have to do that. Murphy's Law, whatever could go wrong will.
Absolutely. But also in terms of how they're going to build an interconnected universe. That's what I'm mostly. Obviously, we've seen when the Marvel Cinematic Universe is firing on all cylinders, then we get. I mean, the one movie creates excitement for another film,
Exactly,
and then the meta story that's developing outside of all the individual movies. But we're seeing it. I mean, the whole Infinity Saga really worked pretty well from the end of the credits of the first Iron Man movie when Nick Fury shows up and says, "Let me talk to you about the Avengers Initiative." If they know where they're going, I mean, it's going to make it a much more satisfying experience in the long run.
Oh, hard agree. Yeah.
So, well, that's very exciting.
Is there anything that you are anticipating them announcing?
You know what? I don't know. I'm curious. I think there's going to be some offbeat stuff that we have yet to expect. Things that they're going to announce and we're going to go, zoinks? You know what? Really? And I'm looking forward to that because that's what James Gunn does.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a few things that might be like, I'm curious as to how many they're going to announce. And are they going to have the filmmakers already chosen? Are they going to announce some rando, we're going to do these movies, and then the first 3 are going to be done? Like, are they going to say, we're doing a new Batman movie and Ben Affleck is directing? Are we going to do the Batman, Deathstroke, the Terminator storyline? Are we I don't know.
I hope so.
I would hope that they would announce at least their first 3 movies. I would imagine 2 of them are Superman and Batman, and they announce the filmmakers.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping.
I think so.
That's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping to.
You know what else I'm hoping for?
What?
Well, I'll tell you when we get back from this message from our sponsor, the great people at HelloFresh.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. Guys, you know, me and my wife, Ann, are both working professionals, and so sometimes coordinating dinner time can be a real pain. But with HelloFresh, it makes dinner time fun, easy, and nutritious. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip those trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Now, guys, we've all got New Year's resolutions and New Year's goals, and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. With HelloFresh, you get fast and fresh recipes. HelloFresh's latest line of meals featuring robust flavors and filling portions are ready in less than 15 minutes. Enjoy taste and quality done quick with recipes like falafel power bowls, seared steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, or Southwest pork and bean burritos. So guys, go to HelloFresh.com/Campea21 and use the promo code Campea21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea21 and use the promo code Campea21.
And thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring the first weekly hero in 2023, which now brings me to our issues. Sometimes we are okay together. I think this is one of those times where we're simpatico.
We are. Oh, it would be a deal breaker, honestly. I know everything is subjective, but when we were talking about this, if you had gone, you know what, I hate this comic, I would have had a real issue with that.
I own the DC Absolute Edition of this comic, the oversized, gorgeous edition. This was, of course, made into one of the DC animated film early on.
We're talking about New Frontier, y'all.
For a new year, a
Yeah.
new frontier. Darwyn Cooke's outstanding, what would you call this, retro 50s?
Yeah. Throwback to the Silver Age, because this was published in 2004.
Right.
But it feels like something straight out of that era of comics. I mean, the art is just a love letter to that era. It's a love letter to DC as a whole.
Ugh.
I mean, the respect he pays to all of the denizens of DC is outstanding. I mean, you can just tell he loves the source material.
He loves, and obviously Darwyn Cooke is no longer with us.
Yeah.
But this, I remember getting this. I bought them individually, the issues individually when they're first coming out. I mean, look at these panels. Here's, people have asked, Taylor, keep this up for a second. I understand, and I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. But what was missing from Zack Snyder's Superman movies was this, the joy of the Man of Steel. I mean, there's Superman and all the DC universe, really. I understand we went in this dark direction with The Dark Knight Returns and in the mid 80s, Frank Miller style and Batman Year One and all that. But, what I grew up with was a more, I don't know if you could call it more optimistic, but certainly a more bright version of, and that's one of the things I liked about DC, and that's what was different than Marvel. Marvel was so angsty. It was all, I don't feel good about my life and all this. Whereas DC, you never had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have crisis of faith or suffering from ennui. I don't want to be a superhero. But I'm also kind of hoping that a little Darwyn Cooke, like this comic, and something like this, or something like Superman for All Seasons is a different kind of comic. But this comic is sheer DC joy. And I would hope that there's a little bit of this, a little bit of what Darwyn Cooke brought into the DC comic universe, that it would rub off into what sort of James Gunn is doing. Now, I don't mean that it's still got to be a cool movie.
For sure. you got to have the story there. But the aesthetic here is astounding. I mean, every page is breathtaking. And one of the things I love.
Again, look at this depiction of Wonder Woman. This is badass.
And he almost quit over the depiction of Wonder Woman because they wanted him to change this.
Right.
Because she has this kind of like power lifter build in this, right? She is thick with so many C's, and I'm here for it. This is how I think an Amazon should look.
Oh, yeah.
And the people at DC at first were like, no. We need a more svelte Diane. We need her to be a little more of the kind of aesthetic we usually have. And Darwyn Cooke was like, absolutely not. She is working in the jungle. She is saving battered women. She is a beast. Like, she's going to look this way, or you can have somebody else work on this.
And let me just tell you, if we were talking earlier about being young in a bar in LA, if I met someone like this, I would walk up to her and try and chat her up.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if I would have the skills to do so, but that's the kind of lady I'd like to meet.
That she is my like picture for all fitness goals.
But again, if you look at this artwork, it's so dynamic. The action conveyed in this, and what I really love is the depth of the panel design here.
Yes.
And Darwyn Cooke's. I mean, if a comic artist was as director, this is a beautifully done. Again, look at the panels here. This is just incredible stuff. The emotion, how much fun it is, and again the depth. There's always something happening in the foreground and the background.
How they balance humor and really serious issues in this too is phenomenally well done. I mean, it's so balanced.
It's an incredible piece of work, and not that there's various iterations of this comic, but I have to look at Hal Jordan there. So again, look at that with the canyon in the background and just the real sense of depth and dimension in this panel design. So great. But if I could recommend a version, it's expensive, but it's oversized, it's slipcase. If you can, I don't even know if it's still in print, but the DC Absolute edition of this comic is terrific. It's really, really good.
It's so well done. Everyone's arc is so satisfying. Everyone's voice is done so clearly and with such integrity to the characters. You never have a moment where it's, oh, this is Darwyn Cooke writing for Batman. This is Darwyn Cooke writing for Superman. They all sound like themselves. And it has one of the best Martian Manhunter bits I've ever seen.
Ever.
It's so good. And it's a classic comic. So if you guys haven't read it, I mean, please go to your local shop and pick this one up or get your very fancy version too. If you can do that.
Yes, the fancy schmancy version. There it is. There's the Absolute edition. And look, how can you not want this as part of your collection? Plus, these Absolute editions, when you first open them up, if you get a shrink wrap version, they smell really good. That paper, the printing on that.
This is so lost to me. Logan did this with his action figures that he opened up and his books at Christmas, where he takes big whiffs of them. And it's the only nice smell that I know of, because everyone only talks to me about bad smells. I just know that books and new action figures smell amazing.
Yeah, they smell amazing. This is it. Darwyn Cooke's New Frontier, one of the great comics of the last 20 years. Actually, it's going to be more than 20 years soon, but this is something that belongs in any comic connoisseur's collection. Darwyn Cooke's New Frontier for a new year.
Yeah.
Check out A New Frontier. You know what else you can check out?
What?
You can check out a hot toy that I bought that I had not opened until today, which it seems to be a running theme.
Did you get that nice new smell?
I got the nice new spell. It was still in the shipper box. Ooh. Although I have to say, because this is a die-cast figure, it still smells great, but less so than some other figures.
Can you explain what die-cast means to our audience?
Die-cast is metal.
Okay.
It's a die-cast kind of a metal. That's what I've loved die-cast since I bought Corgi and Dinky toys when I was a kid, and also Bandai, or it was Poppy back then. I love die-cast Japanese super robot toys. Any die-cast Japanese, whether it's anything from Macross or Gundam, or bring on the die-cast. So, but this, Hot Toys started doing a die-cast line of these figures. You'll know them when you see them, and shot by our own Taylor Gonzalez, and there might even be a guest star in this episode issue. Check it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, however you identify across the 28 known galaxies.
Nicely done.
Thank you. That was so hard. I am here with Rob, the newest member of the Tracksuit Mafia. Rob, what do you have for us today?
Well, it's a new year, and for me at least, a new hot toy. I opened mine finally. This, Taylor, might be one of the greatest Hot Toys ever made. It's part of their die-cast Iron Man line. This is an Endgame Iron Patriot figure. This is probably top 5 of all-time figures for me. Obviously, all these light up, but you have to put like 12 batteries in it, and they burn out in seconds. This is one chonky boy. This is all die-cast, with plastic accoutrements. He's bristling with weapons. This thing, you could build up your biceps curling this thing. I am a huge fan of these die-cast figures. And of course, this is Don Cheadle as Rhodey in this suit. And I have to say, I always give Hot Toys a lot of shit for not making enough people of color. But they actually have a pretty good track record of doing so, more so than a lot of people do. And this, I got to show this to you. This is one of the greatest head sculpts Hot Toys has ever done. There's Don Cheadle as Rhodey Rhodes. Rhodey, not Rhodey Rhodes, but he is so great. This figure, look at that head sculpt. One of the great head sculpts in Hot Toys history. Really can't wait. They're doing another equally great Anthony Mackie head sculpt on their upcoming Captain America figure. But as you can see, this is bristling with weapons. I tried to put him in a decent action pose. I love this figure. This is why I buy Hot Toys figures. This harks back to my love of die-cast Japanese super robots from the 70s. God damn, I love this figure. Look at this figure. Honestly, I have a physiological reaction. I can't go much into it than that, but I look at this and let me just say my blood pumps to various regions of my body looking at this. It makes me that happy, dude. I love this figure. And by the way, if I was a kid, this figure could destroy any other action figure ever. Look at this thing, dude. Come on. This is an amazing figure.
The time has arrived.
Dude, welcome.
Wow. Okay, I was eyeing this figure for the longest time. Man, this thing looks incredible.
Isn't it incredible?
Look, other than the Mark II, War Machine, Iron Patriot, it has worn the best suits, I think, in the MCU.
I agree.
No matter what version it is.
I agree.
This one took me by surprise. When he came out in Endgame, I was like, how chonky is this thing?
It is chonky.
Shout out to Justin.
Shout out to Justin from Justin's Collection. We stole the word chonky right from him.
What I do want to, one of my requirements now, I'm a 12 scale collector, is LEDs now.
Right.
And, I just got that 3.0 Iron Patriot, 112 scale.
Which is awesome.
And it lights up. So, if we only had batteries, I would love to see the lights.
There's so many. So on these Iron Man figures, there's lights in the chest, there's lights in the head, there's lights on the repulsors. There's lights all over this figure. It's just you have to put them each in individually. And they're really, to be honest, they're watch batteries and they're individualized and they're a pain in the ass. Maybe one day I would love it if they would get figure out a way to do some kind of, if you could just plug it in via USB or something and have it all light up at once. I have a custom figure like that, but
Can I?
yeah, you gotta just be careful because the base.
Oh, okay, no.
pick it up.
No, I just wanted to feel a little bit. The
How
presence of this figure on your shelf,
Dude.
This will be the center piece right here.
It's
Look
so
how
good.
big he is. Look at the back detail and everything. Did you get that, Taylor?
No, spin it.
Look at all the.
Oh, wow. How much did you say this one was?
Well, I got a great deal on this because it was on sale, but it retails for like $450. It's really expensive, but they had them on sale for like $300.
Do you think Hot Toys will ever do a gray version, like just a plain version?
I don't know if they're going to do a gray version of Iron Patriot. They did make an Endgame War Machine that wasn't an Iron Patriot War Machine, but to me, give me more guns. This thing has more guns on it. I mean, come on.
Oh my God, you're just missing Rocket. That's it, on his shoulder right here.
Well, you know what? I have Rocket, and I will bring him in and display him that way.
You know what? In the meantime, I just saw a raccoon run by. We could just grab it and put it on his shoulder.
Yeah, well, there you go. Great figure. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Awesome, man. Right there. I'm stealing this one for sure.
Man, I just like the fact that I have a place to bring these figures. I mean, the ones that aren't already in the module case at home, I can bring them here, open them up, put them out somewhere.
Basically a tax write-off at this point, Robert.
Oh, they all are.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. All my disposable income is a tax write-off.
Yeah.
All of it.
Same.
If I'm not, paying for mortgage or power or internet, it's
Yeah.
toys, models, things.
Content
Anyway.
for you people.
Content for you. That's what we're out here to do. Well, Kris, you know what that takes us to? The point in the show where we get to hear from you.
Yes.
And all those people out there that are watching the Weekly Hero who come to us the 16th time. Although we didn't all really do live chats the first couple.
No,
so
because we pre-recorded and we skipped a week when I went to Texas.
it's true. But we're back now. So should we hear from our loyal
Yeah.
viewers?
We've got those super chats open, you guys. We still have them open, right?
They're
No,
closed.
we don't. I'm a liar. Oh, no. Okay. Starting the new year strong. Lying to you. From Jonathan Schultz. Do you think there's a possibility that we could see flashback scenes of alternate realities of Kang killing Avengers in Ant-Man 3? Maybe even Avengers we haven't even seen before? Thanks and bring on the filthy.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, he even said that in the first trailer. Or not maybe in some, he says, have I killed you before? I think, you know what? Now that you bring that up, I think that's what we're going to see. We talked about there's going to be some OF moments in the trailer. That could be interesting.
I think so. And we touched about this on the main show too today. Variants are going to play a huge role when it comes to Kang's storyline because
Yes.
that's his whole thing. So I don't think that'll be limited to just seeing multiple Kangs. I think we will see different iterations of our other heroes.
I agree 100%. That is a great hypothesis. I believe in it.
Awesome question. Thank you. From Al Renshaw. Has the crew seen the Waffle House Wendy fight video? I swear I've seen that so many times. It's hilarious. I haven't, but I love a Waffle House.
Yeah, Wendy fight video. I don't know. I
No.
guess Wendy's fighting.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to Google it.
I'm going to have to Google it. Yeah. Well,
Taylor,
Al-
do you know anything about this?
No, I don't.
Okay. From Al Renshaw, one of two. I was afraid it was too good to last. Nothing lasts forever. We may not be your real family, but all we want is for you to be happy. Be your just right, but if it's getting you that wish you're just right, but if getting you that wish will make you happy, then we will help you. Come on, boys. Saw Puss in Boots 3 times and loved it. Oh, is that a line from the movie, Tay?
Yeah, it's such a sweet movie.
No.
You guys, we have to see it soon. We have to see it.
I'm excited to see it with you.
Yeah, I mean, and Al, clearly you've made Mr. Gonzalez very happy
Yeah.
today. By
Yeah, that
hearing
makes me
it.
very
So,
happy.
anytime.
Can I
I'm jealous. I've only seen it one time. I need to catch up.
Can I confess something to you, Taylor?
Uh-oh. Oh, you saw it without me.
No, I've never seen any of the Puss in Boots stuff.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to have seen the first one to see this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
should I?
Yes.
Okay.
While eating eggs. Because Humpty Dumpty's in the first one.
Oh, okay. Cruel. From Al Renshaw again. National Treasure series and acting in it is solid. Oh, we were just talking about that dropping. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but at first somebody said it wasn't good, and then that was the only time then people have been telling me it's good to
Yeah.
watch it, and that Nicolas Cage his arrival is imminent.
Oh, I hope so. And Taylor, you said it's better than Willow, so what a great review.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good
I don't know
review,
that that's a great review, but it's okay. It's not the dumpster fire that I was expecting after Willow. I tapped out of Willow. I can't do it. But National Treasure, it's okay. The last episode, I think it's the latest one. They did, name drop Nicolas Cage. So I'm hoping he shows up. I forgot that character's name, but Justin Bartha, his character from the movies, he's in it now. So I think we're getting there, hopefully.
Nice.
That's good.
Spoofa Man gave me an update on that fight video. They say to explain in the video, a customer throws a chair at an employee and said employee catches it and immediately throws it on the floor.
Oh.
Legitimately badass.
I have seen that video.
Oh, okay, I have not.
It's
still going to
pretty-
Google it.
It's amazing. When
Okay.
I first saw it, I'm like, is that real? Because it looks. I mean, she catches it like a boss.
Hell yeah.
Like a boss.
I'm excited to see this.
It's good.
Thank you, Spoofa Man, for explaining that to me. I appreciate you. From CJ Rebirth. One thing I loved in No Way Home was Toby Peter still being with his MJ. So my headcanon is the Amazing Spider-Man Peter eventually meets his MJ. That would have been Shailene Woodley.
I wouldn't mind that. You know, that could be kind of interesting. Love to see that happen.
I wonder if they'd still keep that casting if they move forward with his Spider-Man movies.
I don't know. That'd be. I mean, I hope they do. For some reason, I'm really stuck on this idea they're going to make Spider-Man 4 over at Sony.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they would do that if they're still going to team up with Marvel on the Spider-Man films themselves. Like, would they have Would they make one of those?
I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, we're getting Craven and Madam Web, and I finally come to grips with Madam Web.
I'm still confused by that movie. I still don't know what we're seeing. But
good.
hey, it'll be fun. From Jonathan Schultz. As much as I love the DCU updates from James Gunn on social media, do you think that could backfire for him at some point? Maybe him saying something wrong and having to backpedal? It worries me a bit.
Look, I don't think James Gunn is making social media posts willy-nilly. I think he asked if it was okay that he does this and engages the fans. I think part of James Gunn's appeal as the head of DC Films, along with Peter Safran, is that he will engage. I think it's going to become, and I think that everything that he says must go through publicity. He's even though he's the head of DC Films, heads of studios also have to be very mindful. There's never been a head of a studio that's been engaging like he has, ever. And so I think that what he's doing is very coordinated and very, not that it's not genuine, but I think it very much is done on purpose, and it's done with the full blessing of the powers that be at Warner Brothers.
I don't think he is tweeting without having had several meetings confirming what he is allowed to say.
Yep.
James Gunn has become also very, very cautious on Twitter, deletes tweets after a certain amount of time. I think they automatically just do that as well. You know, he is doing his tweeting very thoughtfully. So it's not going to just be like well, listen, you fucking nerds, I'm going to do a Lobo movie today. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. It could. We'll find out.
All I can see James Gunn drowning his sorrows. Oh, was I supposed to say that?
I thought this was my burner account. Shit.
Oops. No, I think it's okay, and it won't backfire on him because before he tweets, it's been vetted.
I think so. All right. From CJ Rebirth. I entered 2023 by watching Tony's snap scene from Endgame. I also love that the music playing when Nebula helps Tony sleep plays again at his funeral. It's a
Good
nice
stuff.
moment.
I'm a huge fan. I mean, Infinity War and Endgame to me will go down in history as two of the greatest accomplishments of fantasy cinema of all time. And I don't say that without, there's no hyperbole.
I agree.
I honestly believe that.
From Jonathan Schultz. When are we going to see live action Beta Ray Bill? When indeed, Jonathan? That's what I want.
Look, I just think that we'll see everybody in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, look, whether it's Doctor Doom or Beyond Doctor Doom or whatever, I think we're going to see it's Gary Oldman in Leon, the Professional.
Everyone. Maybe in Guardians 3, we'd get a little post-credit.
You know what? I could see James Gunn wanting to introduce Beta Ray Bill in Guardians 3.
Yeah, just before he leaves, be like, and also this horse-faced character.
Right. Boom. Yeah. Yep.
Maybe he's with Yoshi right now.
Could be with Yoshi. Where the fuck is Yoshi? From Marie Seifring. Will Quantumania make more or less than Thor Love and Thunder? What is your read on people's level of excitement? Within my little nerd bubble, people are very excited about Quantumania because of it seeming like it's not the typical filler movie for Ant-Man storylines, right? Like we were talking about. It's going to have a lot of heft and weight to what's going to happen in this phase in a cinematic universe that's kind of seemed to lost its footing. So most people I know are really excited about it. That being said, a lot of people who I'm friends with who aren't hardcore comic book fans loved the shit out of Thor Love and Thunder and want more of that content. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, if Peyton Reed has said he wanted to make an Avengers level event film and that he was tired of doing palate cleansers, like I love the Ant-Man
great.
movies. I really do. I love them both. And I love probably the second one equally as much as the first. You know, turning it into an Avengers level threat. I mean, what a way to kick off phase 5. I think, look, I hope it's awesome. I really want it to be awesome. I really do.
same. From Glenn Mark. Hi, Glenn. Chris Carr Appreciation Month. KCAM. Number
Wow.
1. Gender swap the villain in Lion King. I know just the voice actor for the job. Chris Scar. I could sing Be Prepared.
Chris
That'd be dope.
Scar.
Be great.
Glenn Mark, now a published author.
Yeah. Hi, Glenn. Thanks for watching. From CJ Rebirth again. Also went to a comic store called Excelsior Collectibles that's closing soon, sadly, as well as starting to play Spider-Man on the PS4 and seeing Stan Lee's cameo. I love the PS4 Spider-Man game. I think it is one of the best Spider-Man stories of all time. I think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's so well done.
It's a great great game. By the way, I want to give a
beautiful.
shout out to my own local comic book store, a shop called Quest, where I actually got that Moon Knight pop that's on that desk.
Ooh, I haven't even checked this out yet. I'm so far
Yeah, you can
away
see
over
that
here.
it comes with Moon Knight's first in Marvel Spotlight. It's not the actual issue.
Yeah, but it's cool.
But it's a
looking.
reproduction. Yeah, that was the first Moon Knight solo story in Marvel Spotlight. And I went in there actually to get a Christmas present. I wanted to get a gift certificate for Sophie, and I had to buy that Red Sun Superman, and
Yeah.
I had to get that pop.
Can I lift this?
Yeah,
So everyone can see?
I didn't know. I mean, the revised Migos come out, and when I saw that Red Sun Superman, I'm like,
That's
oh,
great.
I don't collect 8-inch figures, but I'm like, you know what, Red Sun, I'll buy that. So yeah, I bought
That's a
those
cool
two
one.
things for myself. I go into buy Christmas presents and walk out with stuff for myself, which,
I
by
do
the way,
that
is the
too.
worst thing to do around Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that.
That's what I constantly do.
But shop called Quest, look it up, find out where it is. They're a great store. Love going in there.
Nice. From Alan S. Hi, Rob and Chris. Hi. I wanted to share that your last Weekly Hero episode really warmed my heart. You both have such great energy, and it makes me happy seeing you both happy. Happy New Year. Aw, Alan.
It's very nice, Alan.
It was so lovely, because I missed you a bunch. Going through and reading the comments from our last video, the one we pre-recorded.
Oh, right.
Everyone-
with the Batman.
With the
video.
Batman video.
I embarrassed myself.
Oh, I love the Batman video. But how happy you were getting my gift that I didn't screw up.
Oh, by the
Like-
way, I also put it in my Steelbook Protector. I have it's in a Steelbook Protector sleeve.
Hell yes. Okay. I made the cut. I did it.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is, you can't not. Here's a thing, guys, girls, gentle beings, kind souls, however you identify across these 28 known galaxies. If you stream, to be anywhere in a room with Chris Carr is to feel joy,
Aww.
as when the world was new. By the way, that was a Star Trek reference. Star Trek
That's
the Wrath of
two.
God. Two today.
2 in 2023.
Don't tell John.
Oh my God. I expected more.
Well, it's
We still have
coming.
open mic.
It's
Yeah.
coming because
That's true,
Card
you guys.
Season 3, February 16th
Boom.
on Paramount Plus. I have a lot to
Okay.
say. It's so good.
All right. From Garrett. I saw The Fablemans over the weekend. I have to say that I was almost crying at that scene when Mitzi crawls out of the closet. No spoilers. 10 out of
Oh.
10. I still haven't seen it.
You got to see it.
I
I
need
but
my screeners.
I feel mixed about it though. However, online, it's so wild that Steven Spielberg got David Lynch to play John Ford in the movie, the director David Lynch.
Yeah.
And it's based on a scene from his. Oh, I mean, the whole movie's based on stuff from his own life. But it's a great scene that I'd read about for a long time. But to see, it was such an inspired choice to get David Lynch to play John Ford. I loved it.
Aw. I'm excited about it. My mom didn't like it, and I really need to see it so I can argue with her,
Oh,
because I just feel like there's no way I won't like this film.
I wanted to like it more.
Okay.
The final shot of the movie, though.
Oh, it was great. I can't say what it is.
Also, I think we froze.
Are we frozen?
What do you guys have on your end?
Just
frozen.
us staring at each other.
Let me get Jonathan.
we
We're
go.
back.
Okay, we're
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom's critique, this is her hot take, was that Michelle Williams was trying too hard to be Liza Minnelli.
Oh, you know what? I accept that criticism.
Okay. I'm
I don't
excited to
think
see
you're
it.
wrong.
That was the only note she gave me. So, all right.
All right.
What else we got?
I'm a big Cabaret fan.
I love Cabaret. Oh,
So do I.
so great. Come on. Jared Vester again. Do you guys think Gal Gadot is still Wonder Woman? No, I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go in a different direction. And look, I mean, Gal Gadot did get, again, she had her little trilogy, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. She had Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, I liked Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman a lot.
I think she did great.
I do too. But she's a part of another universe. A universe that they're going to say occurred. Like
Exactly.
in the multiverse or whatever, that universe exists. And I bet one day they'll go back there. If they need variants, who knows?
Exactly. All things are possible. Everyone can come back. Jeffrey Lindenblot. What do you think are the 5 most important characters or objects that were created outside the comic book world, later added into the comic world? Ooh.
My God, that's a vast.
Got 2 off the top of my head. We
Okay.
already mentioned Harley, and that's one.
Right.
Because she starred in the animated series and then obviously has become such a staple. But then Mr. Freeze, because we first had Mr. Zero, who then got repurposed into Mr. Freeze in the live action Adam West show. And then it wasn't until the animated series that we got the version of Victor Freeze that we all view as headcanon, with the whole story with Nora and her blood disease and everything. And I think that's probably the one that I think is one of the coolest things that we've gotten from like outside sources to comic
Yeah, I mean,
books.
I can't really, off the top of my head, I can't really think of one. I'd have to delve into that. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm trying to think of objects too.
I mean, objects that were outside of the comic realm that
Yeah.
became comic realm. I don't.
That's a great
I mean-
question that
I mean-
I would need to think on.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have an answer to that. I'd have to think about that. That you put me on the spot.
Yeah. What a great question.
Great question.
Ooh. The J Thunder 45. Happy New Year to you both. Happy New Year to you, J Thunder. Have either of you read the new run on World's Finest? Just got caught up and loved it. Or am in love, excuse me. Dan Mora's art is fantastic.
I have not,
not.
but I mean, I don't collect modern comics until they're collected into omnibus or hardcover
what
form.
I usually do, too.
If they do though, because there's a couple of runs, I have a list. I'm going to add that to my list because I would love to read a new run of World's Finest.
Yeah.
I really would.
I had to double check. So I was like, Dan Mora, and this is Abrams.
Oh, yes.
I was like, wait a second. Just too many Dans. But yeah, I'll have to check that out too. Jonathan Schultz, Plastic Man to kick off DCU. Laugh my ass off. Okay, actually, hold up. Have you read Gail Simone's 2018 Plastic Man run, who she writes with the voice of Ben Schwartz in mind? I would love to see a Ben Schwartz Plastic Man movie.
You know what? I not to kick off the DC
Not to kick it off.
universe, but I could see them doing it. That's a great idea.
He's a super fun character. They do weird stuff.
Yeah. You could make a bizarre. I could even see James Gunn directing a Plastic
Yeah.
Man movie.
I think it'd be fun. So yeah, I don't think you should use that as your launching point, but I want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Good idea.
From Elizabeth Harado, really missed you both during the holiday week. Oh, we missed you guys too. Yeah, I was bummed. We all talked about hanging out, and then we all also, I think, were like, we're just gonna hide in our houses for like a week,
Yeah, it's true.
which was really nice, honestly.
I know. But we did do a pre-recorded weekly hero for
we did.
everybody.
Yeah,
We were thinking of you.
exactly. So if you haven't watched that one last week, we did drop an episode on Monday. It will truly warm the coldest of hearts. If you're a Grinch, you'll just be like, oh, we must protect Robert.
Yeah, I was a little taken. I mean, I did wait 4 years to get that Batmobile.
Yeah.
4 years.
so
I mean,
happy.
literally ordered it 4 years ago.
It also probably didn't help that we did member chat shots
Yes.
per John Campea.
Per John Campea.
We
it's
were
true.
instructed by our boss.
Oh, I got rid of my photo.
Oh no. I'm just hanging out in both. Okay. But thanks for being here today. Daniel Vaccaro again. Second, the world. Oh, this is the part. World's finest shout out. The final page of issue 10 blew my mind and improves an all-time great story. The best Big Two ongoing comic right now.
Ooh, that's
high praise,
okay, Daniel.
Okay.
I got to look into that.
Yeah.
Order that. I hope there's a hardcover omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not if it's still running.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait on that a little bit.
Yeah.
From Vixter 5001, great to have you both back to help keep me smiling through another year. Most anticipated TV series for this year? Ooh.
Well, I've already seen Picard season 3, which, by the way, surprising. I mean, I can't sing the praises enough of Picard season 3. I might have seen it all the way through a third time. Don't tell the people at Paramount Plus because they like to tell me
It's
to
okay.
take down my tweets. And Paramount Plus, Star Trek on Paramount
not
Plus, they
watching.
block me on Twitter.
Well, they're not watching.
They
this. They're
pre-block me
fine.
on Twitter. I'm talking great about their show. For All Mankind season 3.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch that show. Period.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it. I'm the last one I think who hasn't watched it.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us is the
Come
one
on.
I'm so excited about.
I can't wait for that.
It looks incredible. Oh,
And I have to say, I'm really, really excited for Marvel's Secret Invasion because I've read the scripts, as I keep saying, name drop, whatever. And I love what they did with that.
you showed me a page from that, and I am devastated and excited and this
Please don't
graphic
do that.
forever. This graphic
No, no, no.
forever. Yes.
New.
Oh yeah, Secret Invasion is going to be wild.
I think it's going to be lit, as Taylor would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, lit.
As the kids say.
From Daniel Vaccaro, the Darwyn Cooke iFanboy interviews are must-watches. Ooh, I'll check those out.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen those. I'll watch those.
Awesome. Love an interview. From Daniel Vacker again. Thank you for all your support today, Daniel. You're a rock star. It can't be ignored that Darwyn Cooke did address very real and societal issues in it. The John Henry story with the branch breaking was shamelessly ripped off with no credit given in the Watchmen show.
Oh, that's absolutely true. You know what? I always forget about that, but yes.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. No, Darwyn Cooke was, I mean, to me, what's really interesting about the New Frontier, if you want to address social justice or you want to address issues, they do so, or Darwyn Cooke does so in a wonderful way in that comic. And to me, that's what great speculative fiction can do. You can absolutely address social issues or social justice, but it's got to be part of the story. It's got to be organic. It's in the DNA of the tale being told. And he does a wonderful job addressing many different issues in that comic.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a lot more palatable too to read something through the lens of fiction, through the lens of a comic book, right? Because sometimes when somebody just specifically spells out social issues to you, it can feel preachy or it can feel very, very biased or, I don't know, condescending sometimes too.
Yes.
And the way he approaches issues is just so well done.
Really well done.
And you do hear from both sides in a lot of things too.
Yes, you do.
So you can come to your own conclusion on a lot of things.
Wonderful storytelling.
And that is it.
That's
That's it.
Oh my gosh, we finished early. Who are we? New year, new us.
Well, you're the enchantress of effervescence.
That's true.
I mean, what can I say?
And you're the Duke of Dopeness.
I'm the Duke of Dope Discourse.
Discord.
The viceroy.
I think
of
it's just dopeness
verisimilitude.
in general.
Well, thank you.
Dopest Duke I
appreciate that.
know.
Well, you know, I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to another. I mean, we should have 52 issues this year.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't get canceled in the
Don't
middle.
cancel us.
So watch this show, subscribe to this channel.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, do that.
Smash
And this brings us to the end. Can you believe it? Kris Carr, where can people find you online if they're not watching this channel?
Oh, R&B, thank you so much for asking. You can find me at actor Kris Carr on both Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me in my studio, Speak Friend Studio, on Instagram, or that's our website URL if you're interested in voiceover. I've got an advanced voiceover class coming up soon, so if you've already taken some voiceover acting classes or you've done voiceover before, come sign up with me. I've got a intro boot camp coming up next month. I'm going to be doing some fun workshops throughout the year, so follow me so you can do voiceover stuff with me. It'd be rad.
That would be rad.
Where can people find you, R&B?
Well, people can find me here, or you can find me on, of course, the Designing Hollywood podcast, which is going to be a new one up this week. We have one, Deborah Snyder, who did the costumes for Titanic and Avatar, burning up the charts. Check that out. You can find me on my own YouTube channel, The Burnett Work, or find me on Instagram at BurnettRM. Actually, that's Twitter, BurnettRM. Instagram is RM Burnett. So find me any of those places. Hit me up. Slide into my DMs. I never check my Instagram messages. It's terrible. I haven't got into that, figured that out yet as an old man. I'm like, can you message people on Instagram? But anyway, I'm kidding. Of course, I knew that. But find us. Yeah. And we will, of course, be back next week with issue 17 of, I guess, you know what, next week we should probably find out what's your favorite issue 17 of a comic
We need
run.
to prepare for that question.
Yeah, we need to, you know, I don't know. But Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Thanks for being here, y'all. Bye.